Hi, I'm Sarah, and I don't know how to start this video. I like to read, and I love book talk, and I love booktube, and I love all of these things. So I thought I'm going to start making videos. But see, I didn't take into account how hard making an intro would be. So, hi, I like to read, and today I'm going to do a 24-hour readathon. I have a bunch of different methods for choosing the different books that I'm going to read today. Some were chosen last night by my book bestie, and then some are going to be chosen today in different ways. So yeah, I do want to kind of use this to clear off some of my TBR shelf. So let's talk about our options here. Okay, we have the cart here. You can't see it at all. Hold on. Let's talk about our options. So I realized last night I have 2 copies of the same Riley Sager book. That's not important, but the first book we're going to be reading in the readathon today is definitely going to be Christmas at Coconut Creek, simply because I am midway through this. Let me see. I am officially 40% in, so I'm about halfway through, almost. And so I think I could definitely finish this in a couple hours this morning. And then I have the books that my book bestie Sydney chose for me are A Very Merry Bromance. We both loved the Bromance Book Club series as a whole. I've read all of them other than this one, and I was supposed to read this one December last year, and then I didn't get to it. And I am 100% a mood reader, and I am 100% not in a Christmas mood or in a mood for Christmas books in general, unless it is like November, December. So this will be good for this year. I'm gonna read it today. And then also she chose the Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is one of my favorite thriller authors. I have loved every single book that I have read of his so far, and I am excited for this one too. I think it'll be really good. I never see his twist coming, which is really good for me because I don't like to be able to guess it. I really like for me to like sit the book down and like sit there for 5 minutes gasping. So I think that'll be good. As for that, how we're going to pick the other books, that is going to come as we go to pick them, because it's going to be something different every single time. But yeah, it is officially right at 10 a.m. I am starting the timer. So I hope that's on the screen. Yeah, I'm starting the timer. So we are going to get started. It's exactly 10 a.m. I have a drink. I have a few snacks around. Probably when I finish Coconut Creek, we might go do like a snack run at the store, because that sounds like a really good idea. So let's just keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, so okay, so we are at the officially like right at 2 hour mark, so that's good. I feel great. I don't look it because I've been laying down this whole time, and I'm hungry now, which I just ordered lunch and I am on 71% of the book. I do not know why this book feels like it is taking me forever to get through, but I feel like I am reading it so slow. I don't know if I just need to get in like a groove and then it'll all be better. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I need to silence my phone. I don't know if I just need to get in a groove and it'll be better. I'm not really sure, but I'm 71% in. I'm loving the book. I'm not like not liking it, but it's just taking me a little bit longer to get through. So hopefully this last 30% like goes crazy. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not excited for the third act breakup that I think is coming because it's going to make me sad. But yeah, hopefully in the next hour I'll have this finished. Kindle is telling me that I have an hour and 34 minutes left in this book. I think I can shave off those 34 minutes. But we will be taking a break here for lunch soon. So there's that to keep in mind. But so far so good. We're working on it. We're getting it done. And we're going to get this book finished hopefully in the next hour. So let's go. Okay, I'm going to start again. I've just finished lunch and we are going to finish this book right now. 74% now, only 3% since the last time I talked to you. I'm really liking it. We're getting more of like the backstory to our main character. And so I do like that. Because, like, this whole time they've been, like, teasing what his backstory is. And, like, we already know part of it. But, like, we're getting more. And hopefully he's going to, like, open up to her soon. But, yeah. It's fun. It's good. It's kind of one of those ones where you can, like, tell what's coming. Because, like, I've read this a million times. But I like that because I'm a comfy reader. So, not mad at that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they're fine. They both want to be together, but they feel like they can't. So, we all know where this is going to go. Right? Okay. Let's read. So we found out the secret. I did. I don't think we touched on it like we should have. A very specific part of him and his ex, but you know what? They're doing it again in the hot tub, so all's well. All's well. No worries. So we finished Coconut Creek. And honestly, I want to give it like a 4-star. So it wasn't that I didn't love this book, because I obviously did, because like 4 stars is pretty high. But I never got that feeling while I was reading it, where I was like, I cannot put this down. The entire time I was just thinking, I just want to finish it. Not in a way of like, I just want to finish it because it sucks. Because I feel like I just would have DNF'd it at the beginning of this whole thing and like stopped reading. Because if I'm before 50%, I'll DNF a book. But I was like right at 50%. And I really did want to know what was going to happen between these two. So like it gets a 4-star. It was a good book. It's just not like the best book I've ever read in my entire life. And I really want that feeling where I cannot put the book down for my life. So I'm fed, I've got my water refilled, I am ready to sit down and really dive into a book. And I think we're going to switch it up because that was a romance and I know I'm going to read more romance today. So here's my idea. Let's move on to Riley Sager's The Only One Left, that my book bestie Sydney suggested for me to read during this readathon. It's, from what I can understand, like a little bit of a play on like the Lizzie Borden like childhood chant, the schoolyard chant or whatever, but like if Lizzie Borden survived long enough for like someone to like go and her tell the true story of what happened that night, I guess. I don't know how long Lizzie Borden survived. I don't know the whole story of Lizzie Borden. I'm just realizing she didn't die that night though, so I don't really know anyway. Me not knowing the lore of that does not mean that I'm not going to get this book, hopefully. So I am really excited to start this. I'm hoping it's going to be one of those ones where I cannot put it down for the life of me. So I'm excited about it. So we're The Only One Left by Riley Sager. are, how many pages in? 53 pages in to the only one left. And I need to get up and walk around because I'm going to fall asleep if I keep laying in my bed reading right now. We have 19 hours. Hold on, let me get it up. 19 hours and 5 minutes on the timer now. So I've been reading this for about an hour and I'm 53 pages in, which is good. I am definitely feeling that feeling of like, I don't want to put it down though. Like, I've taken a few breaks here and there to like text people, but like I am mostly like in it to win it now. But what I want is something fun to drink, maybe a coffee or something. So I'm going to make a coffee now. And then I am going to get back into the book. So let's go. Okay, so I have book, coffee, Cheez-Its, heater, chair. The ambiance is turned on once again. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm trying to get away from the glare from the windows. We're all set up. We're ready to go. I'm going to once again set up the camera and start reading. And hopefully get a good sprint in. I'm wanting to at least get like 50% in before I stop again. I don't think that'll be too hard. This feels like one where I'm only going to stop if I have to take a break for some reason. I will get back with you in a minute. Happy reading time. Not very far at all. I'm on page 67. No, I'm not on page 61. I don't know how I grabbed 67. But the line in here says my body is dead, but my mind is alive. And all I can think about is that video of Taylor Swift where she's like on the drugs from the wisdom teeth surgery. And she's like, my mind is alive. I can't even remember what. My eyes are closed, but my mind is alive. Whatever she said.
Sleep eating a banana, okay?
I'm not asleep. My mind is alive.
This just reminded me of that. And it made me laugh. So, anyway. Back to reading. Stopping in to say that there was just a major, I wouldn't say this is a major plot twist. There was just, we were given some information. I am now 75 pages in. Loving this. Loving this so far. Super intrigued by what secrets both of these main characters are keeping, because I don't think, well, we know that one of them, like, we don't know the full story of that, but like the other one just told the full story, told her full story, and I just like don't believe it really, what, you know. Also, another thing that I'm kind of loving is the switch between like current, like not current day, because it's all current day, but the switch between being in the caregiver's point of view, in our caregiver's point of view, Kit, and then Lenora, who is the old woman that she is doing home care for, writing on the typewriter, and like seeing her point of view and hearing her story through that perspective. I really like it, and I love how you can tell how similar the two characters are. But I am really enjoying it so far. So we're gonna see. I'll check back in at 50% if nothing like crazy happens between now and 50%. So let's go. Another location change. Gonna read in my room now because my family came home and they are going to distract me from reading. So we're gonna messy bun the hair because it's becoming a bothersome situation. And we're gonna read. So let's do it. We are officially exactly 50% the way, well, a little bit over 50% of the way through with the only one left. We have 17 hours left. Oh, we have 17 hours left in the readathon, and so I am going now to go get some supplies because I need to bake mini cheesecakes for my brother-in-law's birthday. And so I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to get the ingredients for that now. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull up the audiobook for this and just listen to that while we shop and while we make cheesecakes. And I'm going to bring you guys along for all of that. Because why not? This is a part of the readathon. So let's go do Walmart and then baking and listening to audiobook now.
Like he had yelled it at me, about me. I bolted past Mrs. Baker and hurtled into the frigid night, not thinking about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. All I can focus on is catching the punk who said it, shaking him by the shoulders, and making sure he knows I'm innocent. The dark figure starts running when he sees me coming. His sneaker.
Okay, so we are officially nearing the end of the book. We are on page 237 of 87, I think. So like 150 pages left. I am so enjoying it. I really genuinely, I literally was just texting my friend and I was like, I have no clue what's going on at all. Every time that I think I have like some sort of clue and I'm like, oh, I know what's going on now, like I'm getting it, I'm figuring it out, I really just genuinely don't. And it's like more and more obvious with like, I'll have a theory and then like all of a sudden that'll be completely destroyed by the book. And then it's like, okay, well that's definitely not happening because he's just shot that one down. But it is really good. It's starting to get to that point in a Riley Sager book where like so much is happening at once that I'm like, it's about to kick off, you know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying it. We're going to keep reading it. I'm enjoying sitting in this chair and reading it. And yeah, I have food on the way. My dad went to go get me dinner. So I'm going to have Chick-fil-A soon. I'm going to eat that. And I did at the grocery store, if you saw, get some Alani News. So, because I needed to replace them because I really didn't have any. And I was like, perfect. I'm going to need an energy drink at some point tonight. I know. So I'm back to reading. Okay. This was so good. Okay, 5 stars for sure. Where are we at on the readathon? I literally have no clue what time it is. 15 hours left. We are almost 10 hours in, and we have finished our second book. This was really good. This was one that, like, towards the end, I did not want to stop reading. Like, I literally kept reading through eating my dinner because I was like, I cannot put this book down. The twist kept twisting. Like, it was one of those where I think I said this like earlier, is like I felt like I knew what was going on and then it would completely shift. And like it was doing that quite literally until the last page of the book. And I loved it. Absolutely 5-star read in my opinion. I'm excited to move on to the next one, which now we have to choose. And we're going to do that in a fun way. Give me just a second. Okay, so first, before we get into the TBR cart and picking our next book for the readathon, I did want to go over the books that I bought at the store, because obviously I went to the book aisle and I got books. So first things first, I did get the first book in the Housemaid series because I have the second one. I have read the first one. I borrowed it from a friend, but then like obviously I had to return it, so I wanted my own copy. So this is actually going to go straight to my bookshelf, so it's not even going to go on the TBR cart, but I did buy 2 other books. The third book in the Housemaid series, I did want to buy so that I would already have it. So that's going to go on the cart. And then also Truly, Madly, Deeply by L.J. Shin. I think Shin, that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Because the sprayed edges, I have seen so much about this book on TikTok lately that has made me basically have to buy it. So it's definitely been like a book that I've been wanting to read. And when I saw it with the sprayed edges, I had to have it because obviously. So here's how we're going to pick our next book. I have 2 shelves on my TBR shelf. So I'm going to have Google pick a number between 1 and 2. And then I'm going to count how many books are on that specific shelf. And we'll have Google pick between 1 and however many that is. And that will be the book that I start. The only thing about it is if it is a series, and I choose like book 3 of a series, I am going to just go to the first book of the series, whether it'll be on my Kindle or if I actually own the first book in the series. So, because there's some on here that I don't own the first book, but I own the second book. So that's how we're going to do it. So we'll do 1 and 2 first. We got 1, so that means the top shelf. So quickly, I'm going to count all the books up there and then we'll do that next. This was 24. So we're going to go 1 through 24. The number is 18. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is this book, which is Breakaway by Grace Riley. It's the special edition. Didn't know that I bought a special edition of this book. I need to see if this is the first book in the series. So give me a second and I'll be right back to figure that out. Okay, this is book 2. Let me see if I have book 1 in the series. I'm 99% sure that I do in here somewhere. I just have to figure out where it is. I do have it. Ha 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 ha. So I do have the first book in the series. It was actually book 17 in the shelf. So it's perfect. There's just one before it. So this is the next book that we're going to read. First Down by Grace Riley. Let's go. Here's how it's going. I changed into a different sweatshirt and shorts instead of long pants and the sweatshirt I originally had on. Because I don't like sitting in the same clothes all day and then going to bed in the same clothes that I've worn all day. And so we are laying down. We are starting First Down by Grace Riley, sports romance. I bought this so long ago. It has sat on my TBR shelf for 14 hours and 48 minutes left. So let's get it. I'm going to tuck in. So, see you soon. Oh, and I did want to update that we are at 14 hours and 48 minutes left. So, let's get it. currently on page 83, just an update time. I am getting sleepy again, so my plan is to get up when I get to 50% of this book and switch to audiobook. So I need to make the cheesecake bites, so I'm gonna go do that, chug an energy drink, get things together, and wake myself up a little bit. Okay, so we just made the cheesecakes as you saw, and we have almost 12 hours, like 12 hours and 6 minutes left in the readathon, but I did get all the way to chapter 34 with the audiobook. As you can see, look, I will say I'm 72% in now. I will say I'm loving it. Like, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I literally do not want to stop reading it, like, for anything. Like, I am so ready to finish this book and, like, see where it's going. But I can't tell who the villain is going to be, like who's going to cause the issue that causes them, because like not every book has a third act breakup, because earlier I was talking about like the third act breakup in Coconut Creek, and that never happened. So technically it never happened. It kind of happened, but it didn't really happen. So this one, maybe there's not a third act breakup. It feels like a classic book where they're leading us to a third act breakup. Like, I already know the reason the breakup's going to happen if it does. I mean, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen very soon. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be a very soon thing, because things are going a little too well right now. So if something bad is going to happen, it's going to happen soon. We'll see. Back to reading. Okay, we are 11 hours left on the readathon, and we just finished first. I me alone. Just finished First Down by Grace Riley. I'm gonna be really honest. This book was gonna get a 5 stars for me because I really did enjoy it. Unfortunately, it's not getting a 5 stars. It's getting a 4.5 because here's kind of the problem that happened here is that for some reason there is an extended epilogue. And I was like, and usually like extended epilogues are like bonus chapters, right? It's just like one chapter of them getting engaged or like 10 years down the line with their kids or something, you know? Like that's what I expected the extended epilogue to be. And then the extended epilogue ended up being like 5 or 6 or 7 more chapters. It just felt like, I don't know, it felt unnecessary in a way, and it kind of just frustrated me reading it. But First Down, 4.5, because that extended epilogue felt really pointless, and I didn't really want to read it. But other than that, I really did love this book. I loved the way that he treated her and how he took care of her, and I loved how independent she was to a point. Like, I definitely think that like she had some things that she needed to work through in order for them to like be able to be together because of how caring he was and like the fact that he's a caretaker and like that's how he shows love. And so like I definitely think there were times where like she could have like given a little bit more grace in that, but like I also understand why she was so independent and why she felt she needed to be that way. So it's very strange, but I did love these two. I am excited to read the next book. There's 4 books in the series. I'm excited to read them all. I do have the second one, but I don't have the third and fourth. Now we have to pick the next book 4 technically in our readathon today. So I'm gonna get all of that set up and then we will do a fun little game to pick the next book in our lineup. I'm going to be completely real. I'm about to pass out. And we still have 10.5 hours left of this. So, the Alani New came out because it needed to. Okay. And then, okay, so I was looking at my books. And originally I was going to choose a book with my romance TBR cards that I have. But I really thought about it and I really enjoy when I'm doing like marathon reads, doing romance thriller, just like mix it up. So the books that I do have that can be chosen for this like thriller slash one fantasy book, because that's all I have on my physical TBR is one fantasy book. But I have in the thriller genre, I have Lucy Foley's The Hunting Party. Here's the thing about this book. Me and my friends started it when we went, because we go on a reading vacation every year. And we started it as an audiobook on the way, and neither of us could get into it. Like, it was just not great. And so I feel like because it was already not great, it might not be great again. The next one is the second book in the Housemaid series. I really did enjoy the first book in this series. The twist really surprised me. And I've heard that this one is not as good as the first one, but the third one is just as good as the first one. And then I have The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I've never read a Grady Hendrix book, but this has been on my TBR shelf for so long, and I need to read it, but I just haven't been in like the mood to read it, if that makes sense. It's not a super hefty book either, so I feel like it would be a quicker read, but I don't know. And then the fantasy book, because I'm trying like desperately, I want to get more into fantasy. So like if you have any fantasy recommendations, leave them below. But like I picked this up because I have seen so much about this book. Like I haven't done a ton of research into it, but I have heard this is amazing. So it's definitely like on the list. But the thing is I don't know if I want to start this because I know that this is a series and I don't have the other books in the series yet. And when it comes to books like these, like fantasy series, I love to binge them just as much as I love to binge like a small town series. So like I don't know if I want to start this series right now, knowing that like I'm gonna have to leave the characters as soon as I like know I'm gonna begin to love them, if that makes sense. Let's look at the thriller books. Honestly, looking at these two, I'm not super excited about reading, but this one is immediately I'm excited. And so I feel like because I'm immediately excited when I think of the Final Girl Support Group, I think I just like have to do this one. But we will see how it goes. I'm going to start it now. I've got my drink, my energy drink. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, probably try and read a good handful of pages before I get back in the bed so I can kind of wake up a little bit. But yeah, let's get into Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. So the nest has devolved. The pillows are not where they were originally. The pregnancy pillow that I use as like support is just deflated. We've got 9 hours and 39 minutes and I'm just getting back to reading because I took a little break for my brain because I needed to. That's okay because I am going to give myself 5 hours to finish this book. Maybe less. I think that I can get this one done and get another one done before this 24 hours is up for sure. And that will feel really good because that would be 5 books. And that's a really good goal, I think. It's probably too many. Is there ever too many? So, we're 25% in. We got to the 85% mark. My makeup is starting to look genuinely heinous. But it's okay. So, we made it to the 25% mark. One thing that I am kind of enjoying, but also kind of like laughing at, is the fact that they keep all of the Final Girls like stories, like their backstory of like how they big yawn anyway, all of the Final Girls like backstories that they have, like their Final Girl story, how they survived, is based off of a horror movie. So we've had Halloween, we've had Jason, Friday the 13th. We've had, who was the other one that I was like, oh, Scream. And so, very interesting. But I don't want to stop reading this. I'm actually really enjoying it. I guess I will check in another 85 pages. And we'll see where we are at that point. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this. And I am barreling through it, I feel like. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep reading the book. Let's do it. Okay, so we did take a shower. We reset. Got into very cozy, comfy clothes. Laying in this bed is going to make me fall asleep while I'm reading. I can already tell you that right this second. I am EP sleepy girly. So I've got everything refilled. I'm good to go. I'm going to restart the ambiance on the TV now. And I'm going to tuck into this book, and I'm probably just going to like read and walk around my room for a while, and try and see if that can kind of wake me up a little bit. We're good to go. The glasses have come on, ready to go and continue reading for the rest of this 8.5-ish hours now. So let's go. Little update. We are well over 25 or 50% in now. I did not update at 50% because I have been glued to the book. This is another one. I am so confused, but I feel like right now we're kind of just at a standstill because it's kind of like, okay, well, it's not this person, and like now we think it's this person, but maybe like it's also this person. It's very confusing, which is like what thriller books are supposed to be, because you're supposed to like not be able to know what's about to happen. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just need to know what's going on. We have exactly 7 hours left in the readathon, so I definitely am like barreling on this one. The sleep that I'm going to get when this is over is going to be such good sleep. But it's 3:02 a.m., 6 hours and 58 minutes left in the readathon, 100 pages left in the book. Let's do Okay, we have finished Final Girl Support Group. I just finished it. I did not see that coming. I feel like I should have. But what a plot twist. What a plot twist. And what an intense last like 50 pages of this book. The last 50 pages of this book had me literally like heavy breathing. This was really good though. I do... Every single book in this video is going to get a like 4.75. I just don't know that I want to give it a 5. Maybe after I've sat with it for a few days, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes I'll sit with a book for a few days and then it will like start to become a 5 in my brain, because I'm like, if I'm thinking about it this much and it's sticking with me this much, it must be a 5-star. I am going to now prepare for the next book in this 24-hour readathon. These two, there's a bookmark stuck to my foot. At this point, there's bookmarks scattered. There's so many cups in my room right now from all of the beverages that I've brought in here today. It's a lot. The next book that I'm going to be reading is A Very Merry Bromance. This is another book that my friend Sydney chose for me to read on this one. She chose Only One Left also. Yes. This is the other book that my friend Sydney chose. She also chose The Other One Left, and I loved that one, so I'm sure I'm going to love this one. I did read the first 4 books in this series last year, and I was going to read this December last year because I'm very much a Christmas books belong in like November, December girly, and I just never got to it, and so it's literally sat on my shelf for like over a year now. And I keep saying I'm going to do this Christmas, and I haven't made it an effort yet. So we're making it an effort today. We're going to do it. It's 355 pages. So we'll check in at the 25% point, which is about 89 pages. But yeah, let's go. Let's read. 4 hours and 13 minutes till finished. I am on page 89, so I am officially at the 25% mark around it. I am loving this book. It's so much fun. It's easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, books don't have to be, you don't always have to have a book that makes you use your brain really hard. And these are the books that don't make me use my brain really hard, which is, I'm really glad I saved it for now. Because I think if I tried to read like a book where I had to think about things, I'd probably just not. But I'm enjoying it a lot. It's really fun. I forget I forgot, because obviously I finished the series last year other than this book, but I forgot how much I love the writing style of these books and how she writes the banter back and forth between the main characters. So I'm excited to see how it keeps going. I'll check back in, hopefully around the 50% mark, and then go from there. But I might just keep reading after the 50% mark, because I can already tell this is one of those ones where I'm just going to want to read. Like, I literally got to chapter 7 and was like, oh, let me check what page I'm on. And I happened to be on the 25% mark, or else like this update wouldn't have happened, because I was going. So I'm very much enjoying it so far. But yeah, 4 hours left on the clock. We're pushing through. We're going to get it done. That I didn't know if I'd update you guys at 50% because I didn't know if I would remember to. I didn't remember to because I got too into it. I'm on page 216 now. And like I said, it has like 3 something in it. So not that much longer, a little more than 100 pages. But it's really good. Time we have left on the timer. 3 hours and 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep reading. So, we officially have finished A Very Merry Bromance. So cute. 5 stars. 5 stars. I loved Gretchen. I felt so seen by some parts of Gretchen. Gretchen is the Bolter by Taylor Swift. Okay? That's what you need to know about Gretchen. Now, we do technically in our 24 hours have an hour and 45 minutes left. I cannot imagine reading another book right now. I am so tired. I almost fell asleep so many times reading this, but I forced myself to stay awake and I kept all the lights on in my room and like forced myself to deal with it, but I am so sleepy. So I'm gonna call it here. We did 22 hours and 15 minutes. And you know what? I'm proud of that. That is perfectly fine for me. Maybe the next time I do one, I can get some more sleep the night before and like be okay. But I feel like I pushed very hard to make it a full 24 hours. And technically I have been awake a full 24 hours now. So, but let's go over the books really quick that I read today one last time. So I did do the last 50% of Christmas at Coconut Creek by Carissa Kenward. The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Riley Sager's the only one left. Grace Riley's First Down. And then a very Merry Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. I am really happy with how many books I read. I have no regrets. That is 4.5 books in a 24-hour period, which is crazy. But yeah, now I am going to lay down, get in bed, turn the lights off, put all of these on my Fable account, which will be linked down below with all of my other socials. And yeah, and then wake up in like 4 hours to go get a massage. So it's gonna be good. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my first video on this channel. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe. There's more videos coming. I have like so many ideas now that I really want to do, and I am just really excited to get to talk about books online and give book recommendations for all of you guys. Obviously, from how I rated these books, you can kind of tell what I like and what I don't like. I kind of wish there was a book in here that I gave like a low star so that I could kind of like show that too. I'm sure it'll happen eventually on this channel. I'll have a book that I don't like. But see, also I hate talking publicly about books I don't like because I feel like that's rude to the author. Anyway, but yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.